Hello students, welcome to Anne's classes. Let's do squares and square roots exercise 3B. We are on page number 47 and we are doing question 8. Find the square root of 7 correct to 2 decimal places. Then use it to find the value of this correct to 3 significant digits. Now we need to do this carefully. The first step is find the square root of 7 correct to 2 decimal places. So first let's do that. Let's find the square root of 7. So we draw a lines. We have 7 here and here it says 2 decimal places. That means we need to have a decimal point and after that 3 pairs of digits. So let's put a point here and 3 pairs of digits means now here since we don't have anything else we have to put 3 pairs of zeros. So 1, 2 and 3 and then we do a normal division method to find the square root. So let's do with now think of a number whose square will give you a number close to 7. 2. We can use 2 because 2 2s are 4. 2 2s are 4 minus 7 minus 4 is 3. We have a decimal point which we carry up. We put it up there and we bring down the first pair of zeros. So now our number is 300. We are going to write the double of this quotient which is 2. So that is going to be 4. Now next to 4 we have to get a digit so that we multiply and get a number close to this. So let's think of a digit here. Now let's take 4. Let's put say 6 here. Multiply this by 6. 6 6 are 36. Carry 3. 6 4s are 24, 25, 26, 27. Minus. Now let's subtract this. So borrow from here from 3. So this is 2, 10, 9 and 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. Then 9 minus 7 is 2 and then 0. Now we bring down the next pair of digits, that is 2 zeros. Now let's get the double of the quotient, that is 2.6. We're going to take it as 26. 26 into 2. 2 6 are 12, carry 1. 2 2s are 4 plus 1, 5. That's 52. So let's write 52 here. Now we need to write a number next to 52 and multiply with it to get a digit close to 2400. So we have 52 here. Now let's try 4 next to this into 4. So 524 into 4. 4 4s are 16, carry 1. 4 2s are 8 plus 1 is 9. 4 5s are 20. 2096, 2096. So let's write it here. That means next to 52 here, we are going to write 4 and multiply it by 4. So 524 into 4 will give us 2096. Let's subtract, borrow. This becomes 10, 9 and 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. 9 minus 9 is 0 and then we have 3 here. Now we bring the next pair of digits, that is 2 zeros. Now our number is 30,400. Now let's get the double of 264. We multiply it by 2. 2 4s are 8, 2 6 are 12, carry 1, 2 2s are 4 plus 1, 5. So the number is 528, which is the double of this, and we're going to write it here. 528. Now next to this number, we need to get a digit to get a number close to this. So let's try. Let's write 528 first, and next to this, let's write the digit 5 and multiply this by 5. 5 5s are 25, carry 2. 5 8s are 40, 41, 42, carry 4. 5 2s are 10, 14, carry 1. 5 5s are 25 plus 1, 26. So here we have 26,425 when we multiplied with 5. So next to this number, let's write 5. So we'll put 5 here. So now it's become 5,285 into 5, which will give us 26,425. Let's subtract this. Again, we need to borrow here. So this becomes 3, 10, 9 and 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 2 is 7. Now 3 we can't do. Again, we have to borrow. So we'll borrow from here. So this has now become 10 and 9. Now this has become 13. 13 minus 4 is 9. 9 minus 6 is 3. So the remainder is 3975. Now let's look at the quotient. So the quotient, let's write it down, 2.645. Now we have to round it off to 2 decimal places as the question says. That means we need to have only up to this digit. So to find this digit, to round it off to this one, we need to look at the digit next to it. The digit next to it is 5. If it is 5 or more than 5, this will change. Now since it is 5, 4 is going to change. So then now we'll have 2.65. So this is the rounded up number. That means we have found the square root of 7 correct to 2 decimal places. That is 2.65. Now that we found it to be 2.65, we have to work out this part. Because the question says find the square root of 7 to 2 decimal places, then use it. That means use this to find the value of this correct to 3 significant digits. So let's go ahead and find out. So now we have found the square root of 7. So let's write it down here and keep. Square root of 7 is 2.65. Now we need to work this out. Now this looks a little complicated, isn't it? You have a square root here. Inside you have another square root here. So it looks a little complicated. Now we can directly write the value of square root as this and work out. But that is going to be a little difficult with all the values. So we'll teach you a slightly simpler method. So in that case, what we do is we are going to write this as it is. So let's write that. That is 4 plus root 7 by 4 minus root 7, and this will put it in brackets, each one of these in brackets like this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the denominator. What are we going to divide it by? 4 minus root 7, isn't it? So we're going to change the sign. Instead of 4 minus, we're going to say 4 plus, and we're going to multiply it by that. That is, we're going to say into 4 plus root 7, and here also 4 plus root 7. Now this one is not going to make a difference because this is equal to 1. So when you multiply by 1, you get back the same thing. Now we are putting this to make our work easier. So here also we put them within brackets. Now look at this, 4 plus root 7 into 4 plus root 7. So what does that become? That becomes 4 plus root 7 the whole square, which I'm going to write here. So that becomes 4 plus root 7 the whole square, because we're multiplying it twice. See, here we have 4 plus root 7 into 4 plus root 7, that is twice, isn't it? So I have put the whole square. Now look at what we have down. We have 4 minus root 7 and here 4 plus root 7. This is in the format of a minus b into a plus b. So in that case, what do we have? This becomes a square minus b square. This is already there. So this is in that same format. That is 4 minus root 7. 4 plus root 7 is like a minus b, a plus b. That means we have to write a square, which is 4 square. So here let's write in the denominator, this will be 4 square. 4 square minus the other one is root 7. Root 7 the whole square. Okay, 7 the whole square. Now this numerator, we're going to leave it as it is. So let's write that. So in the numerator, whatever we have, we're going to write it as it is. Keep it right now, leave it at this itself. So here this is square. Now look at the denominator. Now here we have 4 square. Now 4 into 4 is 16 minus. Now here can you see the square root is squared again here. It's square root of 7 which is squared. So whenever you have something like this, you can easily cancel this square and the root, the square root symbol here. So what is left is simply 7. So 16 minus 7. Now that will be, now if we continue with that, what will we get? We'll get, again I'm leaving what is on top as it is. So this is 4 plus root 7 the whole square, and down we have 16 minus 9 with 16 minus 7 which is 9. Now I'm going to continue this here. So again I'm writing what is down in the numerator as it is, that is 4 plus root 7 the whole square. I'm writing it as it is. and down here I have 9. The square root of 9 is 3. So here I have 3. So when I write 3 here, I have found the square root. So the square root sign is only for the top portion here, that is the numerator. Now again, remember what I said here, how we cancel the 2 and the square root. Similarly, we can cancel this 2 and the square root. I can cancel this 2 and this square root. So this will get cancelled and this will also get cancelled. So what is left there? I have 4 plus the square root of 7, and in the denominator I have 3. Now here 4, we'll leave it as it is. Now we can use the value of the square root of 7 which we found in the first part of this question. And what is the square root of 7? 2.65. So that I can write here in place of root 7, I can write 2.65. So 2.65, and in the denominator I have 3. Now 4 plus 2.65 is 6.65 divided by 3. Now if we divide 6.65 by 3, what we get is 2.216. Now let's round it off to only 3 digits, because here we've been asked for 3 digits. So here let's round it off. So here I need to change 1 because 6 is more than 5. So this becomes 2.22. So this is our final answer, 2.22. So here be a little careful, children. Follow all these steps carefully, go slowly, and then you need to reach at your answer here. Question 9. Find the place value of root 5. Correct to 2 decimal places. Then use it to find the square root of this. Correct to 2 significant digits. Okay, so first let's begin with this to find the square root of 5 up to 2 decimal places. So we have our lines drawn. Now let's write 5 here. Now we need to put a decimal point. Now if we have to have 2 decimal places, we need to have 3 pairs of numbers. So 1, 2 and 3. So we have 3 pairs of digits after the decimal point. Then we pair it up. So when we pair the decimal part, we move it this way. We go this way, and this one we move it the other way. So now let's begin with the first digit here, 5. Now 2 2's are 4 minus 1. Then the point is there. We move the point up to the same place, and then we bring down the next pair of numbers. So now we read this as 100. Next step is doubling the quotient, that is 2. 2 2's are 4. So we need to write a digit next to 4 so that we get a number close to 100. So let's try 4, and next to it let's put 2. So now it's 42 into 2. 2 2's are 4, 2 4's are 8. So we can use 84. So let's put 2 here and 2 here. So 42 into 2 is 84. Next step is subtraction. So let's do that. So here this is 0, 10, 9 and 10. 10 minus 4 is 6 and 9 minus 8 is 1. Next step is we bring down the next pair of zeros. So we bring that down. Let's put it here. So we have 2. Now our number is 1600. Let's multiply 22. So we are ignoring the point, reading it as 22. We are doubling it. So multiplying it by 2. That is 22 into 2 is 44. Now we have to put a digit next to 4 to get a number close to 1600. So let's write 44 and let's put the digit 3 next to it and multiply it by 3. 3 3's are 9, 3 4's are 12, carry 1, 3 4's are 12 plus 1, 13, 1329, that's close to this. So let's write 3 next to 44. So that is 443 now into 3 is 1329. Now we have to subtract this. So again borrow 10, that has become 9, and now this has become 10. Now 10 minus 9 is 1, 9 minus 2 is 7, 5 minus 3 is 2. Now we bring down the last pair of zeros. So let's write that down. So now our number is 27,100. Let's write the double of this first. That is 223 into 2. 2 3's are 6, 2 2's are 4, 2 2's are 4. So let's write down the number 446. Now we need to write a number next to this to get a number close to 27,100. So let's take this number 446. Let's put 6 next to it and multiply and see what we get. 6 sixes are 36, carry 3. Again 6 6 are 36 plus 3 is 39. Carry 3, 6 fours are 24 plus 3 is 27. Carry 2, 6 fours are 24, 25, 26. So let's write this number here. So that means next to 446 we have to put the digit 6. So let's write that. So this now becomes 4,466 into 6. So that is 26,796 minus, now borrow, this is 10, 9 and 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. Then we have 9 minus 9 is 0. Then we have 0 here. That means we need to borrow again. So this is 6 and 10. 10 minus 7 is 3. So remainder is 304. Now here it says correct to 2 decimal places. So let's take our quotient. Our quotient is 2.236 and round it off to 2 decimal places. That is, we stop here. That means we need to look at the number to the right. Now, if it is more than 5, then this underlined digit will change. So it's more than 5. So our final answer will be 2.24. So this is the square root of 5 correct to 2 decimal places. Now using this we need to solve the second part of the question. The second part is to find the square root of this to 2 significant digits. We just found out the square root of 5 to be 2.24. So let's keep this value, and just like we did in the previous sum, let's work this out. So we have to find the square root of this. Now in this case, what do? We take the denominator, change the sign and multiply this with that. That is, we're going to multiply this with 3 minus root 5 by again 3 minus root 5. So look at the numerator. Now 3 minus root 5 into 3 minus root 5 will be 3 minus root 5 the whole square. So let's do that. So here, let me write that 3 minus root 5 the whole square. This is the numerator. Now look at the denominator. This is 3 plus root 5, 3 minus root 5. Again in the format a plus b into a minus b. A plus b into a minus b, which is equal to a square minus b square. So since it's in that format, this will be 3 square minus root 5 the whole square. So again, here also let's write the numerator as it is now for the time being. That is 3 minus root 5 the whole square. We'll leave it as it is. Now let's look at the denominator. Now here we have 3 square. 3 square is 3 into 3, which is 9, minus, now here remember what I said in the previous question, if you have a square and a square root, you can cancel both. So now what do you have? You have only 5. So now let's continue the same thing. We'll continue to write this as it is. So again, we're going to leave the first one as it is, the numerator square. Now here down we have 9 minus 5, which is 4. Now this can be written this way, that is 3 minus root 5 the whole square, and down in the denominator we can write the square root of 4 separately. So this will be equal to, now here again you can cancel the square and the square root. So what is there is simply 3 minus root 5, and down the square root of 4 is 2, because 2 into 2 is 4. So here now we can write the value of root 5, which we found in the first part of the question. So the square root of 5 is 2.24. Now we can write that here 2.24, and this is divided by 2. So this will be now 3 minus 2.24. Now how do we do the subtraction of decimal numbers? We put a point, we put 2 zeros, and we subtract. So now we borrow, this is 2, this has become 10, 9 and 10. 10 minus 4 is 6, 9 minus 2 is 7, So this is 0.76. 0.76 divided by 2. When you divide this, you get 0.38, and this is our final answer, 0.38. Question 10, find the square root of this fraction here. So let's begin this. So to find the square root of this, let's write it this way, 1764 by 2809, the square root. So in this case, what we do is we find the square root of the numerator separately and the denominator separately, 2809. So first what we're going to do is we're going to find the square root of 1764. Now you can use any method, you can use the prime factor method or the division method unless they specify. So you can do it in any method. So here let's use the division method. So we'll draw this and we'll begin with the first number, that is 1764. So what we do is first we pair it up from right to left. And now we have 17. Let's begin with that. So think of a number whose square is close to 17. So that will be 4. 4 fours are 16. Minus 7 minus 6 is 1. We bring down the next pair, 64. Now our number is 164. Now we double this 4. So 4 becomes 4 into 2 is 8. Now we put a digit next to 8 to get a number close to 164. So let's try, let's put 8 and next to it let's put the digit 2 and multiply by 2. 2 2s are 4, 2 8s are 16. So we've got 164, the same number as this. That means next to 8 we have to put the digit 2. So here we have 2. So 82 into 2 is 164. When you minus, you get 0. So now we have found the square root of 1764, which is 42. So let's write that down here. So the square root of 1764 is 42. Okay, so we finished finding the square root of this. Now let's find the square root of 2809. So let's get our number lines drawn, and now 2809. We're going to find the square root. First, let's pair it up from here. Now we have 28. Think of a number whose square will give you a number close to 28. That is 5. 5 5s are 25. Minus 8 minus 5 is 3. Then we bring down the next pair, 0 9. Now our number is 309. Now we write the double of this, that is 5 2s are 10. Now put a number next to 10 and get a number close to 309. So let's write 10 and let's put the digit 3 next to it and multiply this by 3. 9 and then 3 zeros are 0, 3 ones are 3, 309. That means next to 10 we can put the digit 3 to get 309. So this becomes 103 into 3, which is 309. When we minus this we get 0. So now we have found the square root of the other number denominator also, and that is 2809. The square root is 53. So now, according to the question, the square root of 1764 by 2809 will be, we found out now for 1764 it's 42. So let's write 42 by 2809 square root is 53. So let's write 53. So what is our final answer? 42 by 53 is our final answer. The second question here, we have to find the square root of this number. Now children, look at these two numbers, the numerator and the denominator. Can you see that they are both ending in 7? Now if numbers end in 7, they are not perfect squares. Numbers that end in 2, 3, 7, 8 or an odd number of zeros, they are not perfect squares. So in that case, how do we find the square root? In that case, what we're going to do is we're going to try and reduce this to another lower term. That is it possible that both these numbers are divisible by another common factor? Let's try and divide both by 3. So we have 507 and let's divide that by 3. And let's see if the remainder is 0. 3 ones are 3 minus 20. 3 8s, 3 6s are 18 minus 20 minus 18 is 2, 27. 3 nines are 27. Okay, so that means 507 is divisible by 3. So we are dividing this by 3. 507 by 3, and what do we get? 169. So here also we divided by 3, and let's see what we get. 4107, we're going to divide this by 3. 3 ones are 3 minus 4 minus 3 is 1. You bring down 1. 3 threes are 9 minus 2, 0, 20. 3 sixes are 18 minus 2, 7. 3 nines are 27 minus and 0. That means 4107 divided by 3 is 1369. Now we can find the square root of these two numbers, 169 by 1369. So if you get numbers like this which are not perfect squares and you have to find the square root, see if you can think of a common factor and reduce it, and then find the square root of that number. Now here we have to find the square root of 169 separately and 1369 separately. Now this we already know. The square root of 169 is 13. 13 into 13 is 169. So we don't have to waste our time trying to find the square root. This one we can find the square root of 1369. So let's do that. So let's write down 1369. Now pair it from right to left. Now we have 13. Think of a number. 3 threes are 9, 4 fours are 16. So we have to use 3. 3 threes are 9 minus 13 minus 9 is 4. And then we have 69. Now double up this number 3. 3 twos are 6. Now we need to put a number next to 6 and get a number close to 469. So let's put 6 and put the number 7 next to it into 7. 7 sevens are 49, carry 4. 7 6 are 42 plus 4 is 46. So we have got 469, which is the same number as this. That means next to 6 we have to put the digit 7. So let's make it 67 into 7, 469. So when you minus, your remainder is 0. So here we found the square root of 169, which we already know is 13, and the square root of 1369, which we just found to be 37. So we can write it here, 37. So what is our final answer? Final answer is 13 by 37. This is the square root of the question given to us. Question 3, find the square root of 108 into 2028. One way to do is multiply both and find the square root of that answer. Now here these two numbers are big. So if you multiply, the product is also going to be a big number. So instead, to make it easier, we can find the square root of 108 and 2028 separately and then multiply and get a final answer. So let's begin with 108. We are going to do the prime factor method. So let me use 2. So here it is 2 5s are 10, 2 4s are 8. Continue again with 2. 2 2s are 4. There is 1 left here, so it's 14. 2 7s are 14. Continue this time with 3. 3 9s are 27. Again with 3. 3 3s are 9. Again with 3. 3 1s are 3. So now we have found the prime factors of 108. Let's find the prime factors of 2028. So 2028, let's begin. Again, we're going to use 2. 2 ones are 2, 0, 2 ones are 2, 2 fours are 8. Continue again with 2, 2 fives are 10. Then we have 1 is smaller, so we put the 1 here, 14. 2 sevens are 14. Now we can use 3. 3 ones are 3. 4 5 is 2 left, so 2 will come here, 20. 3 sixes are 18. Again, there is 2 left, the 2 will come here. Now the number is 27. 3 nines are 27. Now this number is 169. And this is divisible by 13. 13 into 13 is 169. So we can write that 13 into 13 is 169. So again we divided by 13 once. So now we have found all the prime factors of 108 and 2028. Let's put them all together. So here I'm going to put all the prime factors of 108 first. So here let's count all the 2's. So here I have 2. So let's write the 2's. 2 into 2. Now let me count the 3's. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 3's. So into 3 into 3 into 3. Now let's go to the other side. We have 2's. Now here we have 1, 2, 3 3's. Let's see if there are any more 3's on this other side. Here we have one more 3. So let's put that 3 along with the 3's. Now count the other numbers. So we have 2 more 2's. So let's put the 2's again. So 2 into 2. And then we have 2 13's. 13 into 13. So let's write that into 13 into 13. So let's extend this. Now what are we going to do? We are going to pair them up and take one from each pair. So this is one pair, another pair. So we have so many pairs here. We're going to take one from each pair. So we have 2 into 3 into 3 into 2 into 13. So let's multiply 2 3's are 6, 6 3's are 18, 18 2's are 36, 36 into 30 is equal to 468. 468. So this is our final answer. 468 is our final answer. Fourth one here. Fourth one, 0.01 plus the root of 0.0064. We have to find the square root of this whole thing. So we write this as the square root of 0.01 plus, here also we have the square root of 0.0064. Now listen carefully. So here what we are going to do is we are going to write this as it is 0.01. Now we are going to find the square root of this. Now this is a decimal number. Remember they are in pairs. Okay, and we put the pairs this way, isn't it, from right to left. So they are in pairs here. So here we have one pair and here we have one pair. Now this 0 we are going to write it as it is. That is 0 point. Now when you find the square root, they are in pairs, you take the two zeros, the square root of this two zeros will simply be 0, and the square root of, if you take this pair alone, 64, that is going to be 8. So what do we have here? 0.08, and we have found the square root, so we've removed the square root sign. So now it is 0.01 plus 0.08. So when we add this up, what do we get? The square root will be 0.01 plus 0.08 is 0.09. Now we have to find the square root of 0.09. Now here we said when there are two zeros, we took out one zero, and here we found the square root of this. So here how do we find the square root? Here there's only one pair and the number is 0.9. So what we do is we write 0 point and we find the square root of 9, and the square root of 9 is 3. Okay, so this is our final answer. 0.3 is the square root of this question that is given to us. 0.3. So we will stop with this for now, children. In our next video, we will continue with the remaining questions. Thank you, children.